Yeah, we got an open date, and just really with our players Monday. We ran and lifted and had a practice yesterday. Had a good day. Guys came out and worked hard, and we'll start on Georgia today and Thursday, and run and lift on Friday, and then give them Saturday and Sunday off, and then come back for game week, obviously. Injury-wise, I think Ronald Powell will get him back on the field next week. Tyler Murphy hasn't been able to throw this week. He'll start throwing again next week. He should be fine. Damon Jacobs will hope to get back for next week. Jeremy Powell tore his ACL in the game on a non-contact situation there, and on a punt block situation. And Darren Kitchens, we're not sure about right now. He and his wife Natalie had a baby girl Monday night, and so he's been with his family. So that's kind of where we are injury-wise, and open up for any questions.
Coach, your first will come from Chip Towers of the AJC.
Hey, Will, how you doing?
Good, Chip. How you doing?
Yeah, you touched on the injury situation. I don't know if you can give me a number. I've seen different ones on kind of guys and starters you have out, but it looks like you and Georgia kind of a war of attrition coming down here to St. John's. What do you make of just the injuries that have befallen both these two programs?
Well, I can speak for our situation, not necessarily theirs, but it's just it's one of those years. You seem like you had a good friend of mine and a big Gator booster called me Monday and said it seemed like last year we had a little we got banged up on the offensive line late in the year, but we didn't have any devastating injuries as far as our players are concerned. I think we've had 9 now surgical issues that have cost a young man his entire season. And anytime you deal with that, and I think 5 or 6 of them are starters, and of course there at Missouri last week, Ronald Powell and Damon Jacobs and Darren Kitchens, 3 guys that have been starting for us defensively, didn't play in the game. So it's just one of those years. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game, and you got to coach through it, and you got to play through it, and we don't make any excuses around here. We need to play better than we did the last 2 weeks, that's for sure.
All right, appreciate it.
Next is Edward Ashoff of ESPN.com.
Will, to keep with the injury theme, and just how frustrating has it been this year? I know that you expected more from this team offensively, defensively coming in, but how much of these injuries just really hurt this team and hurt the way you guys plan each week?
Well, it certainly has affected you. We go to Missouri, and they're really explosive offensively and a no-huddle team. Playing 80-plus snaps, we only had about 13 guys on defense healthy. And that was tough as the game wore on, but that's part of the game, Edward, and it's unfortunate. It is what it is, and you're not going to hear us complaining about it, and I'm sure certainly anybody feeling sorry for us. So we just got to coach our guys up better, put them in better situations to play faster. I think when you struggle, you need to go back to technique and fundamentals. You need to simplify to get our players to play faster and play with more confidence, and that's what we're trying to do.
And as far as the recruiting front, what have you told guys about this season and the struggles you guys have had, especially on offense?
Well, again, I think that recruiting's going fine. We're in good shape there, and it is what it is. I think anybody with a shred of intelligence can see the situation. So it's been frustrating, but we need to coach better.
Thanks.
Next is David Pascal of Chattanooga Times Free Press.
Hey, Coach, I know you've had to use the man down, man up motto a lot more this year than you would ever want to. Who are some of those men up that have that you like, that have stepped up and maybe, met the challenge to your liking?
Well, I think Tyler Murphy's played well. I think he's done a good job in there when we've given him a chance, and Kelvin Taylor's done a really good job. He's a very instinctive runner and a guy that continues to improve each week. Been real pleased with him. And Solomon Patton on kick returns, replacing Andre, who's a very explosive guy. As far as that's concerned, I think Darius Cummins has done a nice job inside for us defensively. So we've recruited, and we've got some depth. It's just when we had a tough deal there last week, and just we were short some defensive linemen. When you had that many guys go down, it's hard.
And then you've got this little break here. What do you hope to accomplish in this open date as far as moving forward with the personnel you still have?
Well, I think getting the guys back that haven't had season-ending injuries, obviously, get a little more time for those guys, and Tyler to heal up a little bit from the shoulder, and then just work on Florida. And again, like I said earlier, work on technique, fundamentals, simplify what we're doing, find out what we do well, and get our guys playing faster with more confidence. That to me right now is our message, and I was very pleased with yesterday's practice. So our players responded very well.
Thank you.
This is Dave Matt at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Will, Missouri's defense played well at your place last year, but how have they improved most in their second season in the league?
Well, they're healthy. I think they were down some guys offensively, which affects your defense as the season wears on, and so they're playing more explosive. They're playing well with a lead. They have an explosive front. They play a lot of guys. They rush the passer extremely well. Sam is a very good player. He's a guy that's got great initial quickness, and he can get off the spot. He can cause your tackle some issues. He's done it against everybody he's played this year. And I think he's having a fantastic year. But, again, Dave Steckel does a great job with their defense. They're playing well up front, which obviously helps them on the back end. And they've got some younger guys, that they've had to fill in on the back end. But, they're getting the quarterback off the spot a lot in every game I've watched.